Thank you, Robert Garcia of City Project, for giving us that presentation and to really give us a good picture of where parks are in the city of Los Angeles. I know Councilmember LaBonge and I wanted to share with the full council the resources that your organization bring to us in terms of open space issues. It's clear that Los Angeles is a park-poor city with the majority of green space concentrated in too few corners of this city. My own council district is the sixth worst ratio of people to parks in the city of Los Angeles. Herb's district has the highest number of people without parks. And we know from previous stories that people will not go to a park that is over a mile away from their home, either because they don't have a car or they have young children and they'd like to walk to a park. And I think your work in showing us all this is really letting us pinpoint where our own Department of Recreation and Parks can focus its resources on building more parks. And I know that there's a motion, I think we're voting on it tomorrow, by Greg Smith, that I seconded it to make it easier to use our Quiimby fees for park space. One of the things that we do right now with Quiimby is just collect these fees from new condos, and we're looking to see if we can't apply that to apartment buildings. And when developers build apartment buildings, it makes sense that we can also get them to help pay for the Quiimby fees, which will increase our resources. Because you know what it is, council members? Robert Garcia gave us a great presentation on the assessment. We now know where the parks are, where they aren't, where we need to spend more resources, but the key in this tough budget cycle is going to be how do we find more resources so that we can indeed build more parks. So I've been working with developers, I've been meeting with developers to see how this apartment fee for Quiimby would flesh out, and I think that's going to be something we can do. I really want to thank you for your work, and what you said at the end is exactly right. And that's going to be our dilemma, colleagues. You know, how do we spend our dollars in a tough budget cycle? We're looking to cut. There's talks of layoffs. This is a tough year. But if we're going to shortchange people and children in this city, we are going to pay for it later. We know that if we don't offer people a place to recreate, a place to play, a place to get involved in sports, then we're going to pay for it later. And I know that's hard to quantify, but yeah, we ought to pay for it on the front end by giving people more places to play, more places to recreate. We have a great Department of Recreation and Parks. We have great staff members. We have great programs out there, but not enough parks where people truly need those kinds of resources. And the same parts of the city that are underserved in so many ways clearly are underserved in terms of something which many people take for granted, and that's open space to play and recreate. Thank you for your work, but the tough work for us, colleagues, is now going to be finding the resources, getting the political will to increase the number of open space places for people in the city of Los Angeles. Thank you for your work.
To working with the Bureau of Engineers to get the electronic data on where the sources of Quiimby funds are. Good. We can map that on top of our existing maps.
Good. Good.